Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick called for lawmakers in the Texas House to get back to work on a compromise for property tax relief in the state. Patrick disagrees with the version passed by the House in the special session, which is supported by Governor Greg Abbott. So those two disagree. Fox 4's Stephen Dial has more from both the governor and the lieutenant governor. Stephen.
This has just been the latest episode in a Texas legislature soap opera, if you will. Dan Patrick made it clear today, saying that him and the Senate are not going to budge at all when it comes to property tax. And he says he can't negotiate with an empty house, calling House members back to Austin.
They didn't give the bird to the Texas Senate. They gave the bird to 5.7 million homeowners and said, take it or leave it.
In a press conference Tuesday, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick accused House lawmakers of abandoning Texas homeowners by not staying to negotiate property tax relief. Last week, after the special session was gavelled in, the House rejected the Senate's bill to increase the homestead exemption, passed their own version that would drive down tax rates, and left town. Governor Abbott says he supports the House plan. Patrick says the governor is wrong on this one by favoring a plan that creates bigger breaks for property-rich homeowners over what Patrick considers a more equal offering from the Senate.
If you live in $1 million house, you get a $100,000 exemption. If you live in a $100,000 house, you get a $100,000 exemption. But their plan of all compression means that the higher price house you live in, the more you get.
The tax debate has elevated the ongoing feud between the lieutenant governor and House Speaker Dade Phelan. And while Patrick has not called for Phelan to step down as Speaker, he has questioned his leadership when it comes to getting bills passed.
In many sessions, Republicans have had the luxury of blaming Democrats for their failures to pass certain pieces of legislation, but the failure to pass property tax relief rests 100% with Texas Republicans.
Rice University political scientist Mark Jones and others who have analyzed both plans said the House version is temporary and the Senate plan would save Texans more money.
What the lieutenant governor is trying to do is implement property tax exemptions as part of the homestead exemption increase that would provide long-lasting benefit, in addition to some of the compression that the House and governor are trying to propose that would be more temporary.
At a public safety bill signing, Governor Abbott was asked about the standoff between the House and Senate.
We're going to stay focused on this until a solution is reached. And so I'll call special session after special session after special session until a solution is reached.
Patrick said this is the first time he and Governor Abbott have publicly disagreed on a topic. Recent tweets from the governor shows he supports eventually ending all property tax. Patrick called that a fantasy.
I don't blame it on the governor. He's either getting very bad information from his staff or very bad information from someone on the outside.
Despite some tweets from Abbott saying his property tax plan puts Texas on the pathway to, quote, eliminating property taxes, Governor Abbott says he didn't mean doing away with all property tax.
My focus, as well as the focus of the Texas Public Policy Foundation and other organizations, has been on eliminating the maintenance and operation school district tax, which is the largest part of property taxes in the state of Texas.
The Senate gets back to work tonight, and the Speaker of the House, Dade Phelan, his communications director, sent a statement. Basically, I'll summarize it, saying that the House, on a bipartisan way, unanimously passed their property tax bill and a border security bill. And then they did their job and went home. They suggest that the Texas Senate do the same.
All right, Stephen Dial in Dallas tonight. Thank you very much.